Hello! This video is going to review what you can expect at an Iowa Destination Imagination Tournament. All challenge-specific information can be found in the rules of the road. All Iowa tournament policies can be found on our website. We will share that information shortly. All Iowa tournaments for the 2015 season will be held at Ames Middle School in Ames, Iowa. When you arrive on tournament day, the first thing you'll want to do is check in at the registration table. The registration table is located in the commons right inside the front doors and is labeled. Please be prepared to tell the registrar your team name, number, challenge, and level. If you have multiple teams, you may check in all of your teams at once. This is a good time to have your team claim a table as the base of operations in the commons area while one team manager checks in the team. After checking in, you will need to locate where your rooms are. You will need to find the Instant Challenge check-in, where your Central Challenge performance and prep areas are located, and where Central Challenge prop storage will be for your team. All the locations will be listed on the tournament program, and signs will be posted to guide you through the building. You will want to take a walk around the building to make sure you know where everything is located within Ames Middle School. Unlike in previous years, the check-in for IC is located in the hallway between the Commons and the F and G wings. Most of the Central Challenge performance rooms are located in the F and G wings on both the first and second floors, with the exception of Challenge A. Challenge A is located in the small gym. Prep areas are usually in the hallways outside of the performance rooms. Please pay particular attention to the level of the room and prep area. For some of our more popular challenges, it is necessary for us to split the challenge by level into different rooms. You will want to locate your prop storage for your challenge and level when appropriate. Once you have found your prop storage room, this is a great time to bring in your materials from the car. Once you know where everything is located, it's time to assemble your team and go over the day's schedule. Make sure your team knows their performance times and that they need to be to the prep area 20 minutes prior to their Central Challenge performance. Please make sure they also know that they need to be at the Instant Challenge check-in, more commonly referred to as IC check-in, 20 minutes prior to their scheduled performance. Your performance and check-in times for the Central Challenge and Instant Challenge are listed on the schedule. If you are competing in the Structure Challenge, Challenge E, lose to win, then there are some special instructions for your team. Your team will need to be at Structure check-in 1 hour before your performance time. Before going to the prep area, which is 20 minutes before your performance, you will need to pick up your structure. Your performance, prep area check-in, and check-in times for the Central Challenge for Challenge E are all listed on the schedule. Here are some tournament tips and guidelines regarding prop storage. First, be respectful of the room's contents and the other team's materials. The golden rule applies to the prop storage room. If you wouldn't want people to damage or walk on your props and scenery, then don't do that to others. Please remember to be quiet. We understand that a lot is happening when you try to get ready, but the prop storage rooms are near the performance rooms, and so it's important for you not to be a distraction for the people who are performing. Please stay as compact as possible. All the other teams in your challenge have to share the same storage space, so please only take as much room as you actually need. Remember that the solution belongs to the team. All adults need to let the team be creative while solving any last-minute changes or problems. Otherwise, this is interference, which can result in deductions or disqualification. Please pay attention to time. Your team needs to arrive promptly for all scheduled times, including check-in. Not arriving promptly can cause a delay for all teams, which may result in an unsportsmanlike conduct deduction. Consider having a kit of repair materials, cleaning supplies, tools, first aid, etc. It's hard to fix any last-minute issues if the team doesn't have the appropriate tools. But remember, space is limited. Now we're going to discuss what you're going to be doing during the tournament day, starting with your central challenge. Please note, depending on your schedule, you may start with your instant challenge first. The first thing you'll do with your central challenge is to arrive at the prep area at your scheduled time. You will need to arrive promptly. You will need to bring all of your paperwork, which in general is 1 copy of the Declaration of Independence, 1 copy of your expense report, and 5 copies of the Tournament Data Form, or TDF. The last page of the TDF is used to help qualify teams for the next level of competition. One important note about your paperwork: please provide the appraisers with copies of these forms. Your team will want to keep the original to use or to update for the next level of competition. You will also need to bring all of your props and other materials your team will use as part of your presentation to the prep area at this time. The prep area appraiser is going to ask you a few questions and give you some instructions about what to do. Please follow all given instructions. While you are in the prep area, please be considerate and do not block the hallway. Other teams and supporters will be moving through the halls, so please allow enough room for them to walk by. Also, watch out for other teams moving props in and out of the prop storage areas. We want to avoid any accidental damage to your or the other team's prop and solution materials. Once your team is done in the prep area, the prep area appraiser will hand your team off to the timekeeper announcer, also known as the TKA, to move your team into the Central Challenge Performance Room. Your team will first go into the launch area. Typically, a team is going to wait in this area for a few minutes while the appraisers review the team's tournament data forms. The TKA will most likely talk to your team during this time and let you know when to begin, as well as introduce the team to the audience and the appraisers. Once the TKA says to begin, it's your moment. This is your time to shine and wow the appraisers with your creative solution. At the end of your performance, appraisers will come up to talk to you. Remember, appraisers don't bite. They just want to ask you questions about your performance so they can give you as many points as possible. Once you're done talking to the appraisers, please quickly remove all props and clean up. Please follow the appraiser's instructions for exiting the performance room. The performance area needs to be clean so the next team has the same level playing field that you did upon entering the performance room. Anyone, friends, parents, team managers, etc., can help the team clean up and remove props from this area. After leaving the performance area, this is a good time to take your props to the vehicle. Do not leave any props in the prop storage and do not throw away your props in the Ames Middle School trash. Your team has worked hard and deserves to know how they did, so come back and get your raw scores. Scores will be ready about 30 minutes after your presentation ends. If you know you will be leaving and cannot pick up your scores, please let the challenge master or head appraiser know. You can identify this individual by the bright neon vest they will be wearing. When you return to pick up your scores, please let the challenge master or head appraiser know in between performances. Do not interrupt a performance to collect scores. The CM or head appraiser will then take one team member and one team manager to a quiet and private area to run over the scores with you. After you have received your scores, your team has 1/2 hour to come back with any questions or concerns. Let's talk about Instant Challenge next. Remember, depending on your team's schedule, you might perform your Instant Challenge before your Central Challenge. The first thing you'll need to do is to arrive at your scheduled check-in time 20 minutes prior to your IC performance time. A quick suggestion: make sure everyone has used the restroom before checking in. Once you have checked in and entered the IC holding area, you will not be able to use the restroom until after your Instant Challenge has been completed. You will need to bring with you 1 copy of your Declaration of Independence form. Just a reminder, please provide the appraisers with a copy of this form. Your team should keep the original. Before entering the IC holding area, your team will need to promise not to publicly discuss the Instant Challenge until after Global Finals in May. A copy of the promise is on your screen now. Just a reminder, you cannot bring in any watches, wrist, pocket, or otherwise, nor can you bring in any electronic devices, especially cell phones. If it can beep, ring, or toot, then leave it outside the IC area unless it's one of your team members. Please note, we will not collect or hold any personal items, so make sure you leave them with an adult who is not accompanying the team through IC. The team may allow one team manager to accompany them into IC holding and into the challenge room. This is the team's decision and should be made prior to arriving at check-in. Once you and your team have checked in, you will wait in the IC holding area until the IC appraisers are ready for you. Your team can use this time to relax, strategize, play a game like I Spy, and anything else the team can think to do quietly. Please remember there will be other teams in the holding area too, so please use your inside voices. An appraiser will come and escort your team to the proper instant challenge room. At this point, the appraiser will talk to your team and give them some important instructions, so please help the team pay attention. Once you and your team have entered the challenge room, the head appraiser will greet the team and let the team manager know where to sit. Your team will then be read the challenge while you follow along on your own copy. You can ask the head appraiser any questions you may have, and only the head appraiser. The other appraisers cannot answer any questions. Once time has begun, you can ask for time remaining at any point during the challenge. This is the only part of the competition where you can ask an appraiser for time remaining. Once time has begun, it's your time in the spotlight. Show the appraisers everything you've learned from practicing instant challenges all year long. When you have completed your instant challenge, you will follow the appraisers and exit the IC room. Unlike the central challenge, the appraisers will not interview the team. This is the time where you can take a big sigh and congratulate your team on getting through the regional instant challenge. Remember, you made a promise not to discuss the IC with anyone but your team members and your team manager in a private location. So don't answer if anyone asks you what you did during IC. We have covered what happens with your central challenge and your instant challenge. So let's talk about what to do in your spare time during the tournament day. We encourage you to watch the other teams perform. Watching different challenges and levels can prompt some great idea generation, as well as be a lot of fun. It's also a great way to support the other Iowa teams that have worked as hard as you have to get to tournaments. Try participating in some of the special tournament activities, such as the scavenger hunt and the sticky note board. Play some games. This is a great way for your team to do some more team building by doing something fun together. Each year, Create Iowa sponsors a pin and t-shirt design contest. The winning design from the contest will become the next season's t-shirt and pin. Student participants, appraisers, alumni, volunteers, team manager, parents, and all other volunteers are welcome to submit a design, and the voting will take place at the state tournament. In your free time, try making a fresh and unique design. Who knows, maybe your design will win. Here is another chance for you to clean up your prop storage and commons area. Please remember, you must take all materials with you. The sales table has pins and shirts as well as trinkets and fun stuff for the kids. The concession area is run by a community service club at Ames Middle School, and so any support is greatly appreciated. At the end of the day, we celebrate all the creativity by holding a closing ceremonies in the large gym at Ames Middle School. Please try to stay for this award ceremony. This is a great opportunity to not only find out how your team did, but to celebrate all the Iowa solutions. Prior to closing ceremonies, Create Iowa offers some pre-activities for you and your team to have some fun. We hand out awards to the first, second, and third place teams in each challenge and level during our closing ceremony. All items that have been turned into lost and found will be brought and shown off for their owners to come and collect. Make sure to check with us for any forgotten items prior to leaving. After closing ceremonies concludes, this is your last chance for your team to clean up. We need to leave Ames Middle School as we found it in pristine condition. This is a great time to start thinking about how to improve your solution for the next level of competition. Keep those creative juices flowing and be ready to make an even better impression on the appraisers next time. And finally, have a safe trip home. That covers the tournament day in general. If you have any questions, please contact us on the information on screen. If you need more information, please visit either of the 2 websites listed. Thank you for taking the time to view this video. On behalf of the Create Iowa Board, let me say we are looking forward to seeing your team at tournaments.